Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in this video we are going to be building the best Premier League team for the new competition starting in the upcoming weekend. And yeah, we will first of all be building the best game week team for the first game week. And yeah, the upcoming game week I mean by that. And also a team altogether that is going to perform the best throughout the whole competition. So yeah, fasten your seatbelts and let's jump right into it. And yeah, starting off with the best game week team, and both of these players will be very good for the whole competition as well. Andre Onana and Harry Maguire will be our goalkeeper and defense. We will have a defensive stack because I think Manchester United are going to be performing very well in terms of clean sheets. We have seen in recent times they have held some clean sheets. Onana has been a big part in that, and especially Harry Maguire. He has been doing very well recently, doing a bit of a comeback. And the reason for me liking this fixture so good is because of the point deduction that Everton has recently got. I think Manchester United will come in with a lot of confidence after the international break. Many people have had good experiences there, and Everton have recently got like minus 10 points or something. So they are now currently in a relegation battle. So that's why I think these two players are also a very good option for this game week in specific, and also for some game week in the upcoming days, or weeks I mean. The only downside with Andre Onana is his price, and also of course that he is currently injured. He isn't injured, he has just gotten a knock on his shoulder. He will most likely be back, and that's not me saying, that's Fabrizio Romano, so you need to trust him, but we know Fabrizio Romano, you can trust him 95% of the times, so I'm pretty confident that he's going to be in net for Manchester United. And as I said earlier, Harry Maguire, I think he's the best defender for under 60 L15 points because of his recent form, and also looking at other players from Manchester United, you can't expect that high of peak scores that he actually has to offer. For example, Luke Shaw is back, I think, but he's not a 100% starter. The same with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think Harry Maguire is the most nailed one, and we don't know the Varane situation either. So I think doubling up in defense is very important to because if your team hits a clean sheet, you have both defenders and goalkeeper getting those clean sheet points, which is very nice. So we have gone with Harry Maguire here. And keep in mind, this is just the game week one, so I will make another one after, which are the whole tournament. Moving on, we have Lucas Paqueta, which are playing against Burnley away, which is just in general a very good fixture in my opinion. And Lucas Paqueta has been doing very well recently in terms of scores. Also, West Ham have some incredible upcoming fixtures, and also for this first game week, I think in this competition, I just think it's very good possibilities for him to hit the high 80, high 90 score if you're lucky, and if he can perform as he has done in the last weeks. And yeah, in general, just a very talented player, and also a very fun player to watch. So if you watch some West Ham games, you are going to have a good time. Yeah, moving on to the forward spot, we have Leandro Trossard, which is a player that has been pumped up in price, we can see here. And there are of course numerous reasons for that. One is the new competition, and of course that Arsenal have some injuries when it comes to the attack. And also, not to mention his incredible scores. Like, look at this. He's an incredible good player. I don't like to say that because I am not the biggest fan of Arsenal, but he is very good. And yeah, for only a little over $20, I think that's pretty fair, to be 100% honest. And especially for the long-term future, I think he will take over the place for Martinelli. But currently he is playing at the number 9, I think. I may be wrong there, I don't know too much about Arsenal, but he's going to be the striker for this team. And keep in mind, it's a cap of 270, so that's why I'm not going for a full Manchester City stack, and I also want to make this a bit under a relative good budget, so you don't need to sell your house to afford this team. And the last one is going to be Declan Rice. Rice baby, and I don't need to explain why, just look at these incredible scores. Like, his AA game are so extremely good, so if you can get the decisive, you can almost guarantee a high 70, high 80, or even a high 90. Yeah, his prices are very high, but like, he's going to be an extremely good player to have in your gallery for the next 5 years. I can almost guarantee it, unless he gets a serious injury. And he's like the mini version of Rodri, I can say. And also Arsenal with some incredible fixtures, so that's why I have doubled up on them as well. And you know what you're going to get with Declan Rice, and that's why I have gotten him here as well. And yeah, when we are going to moving on to the players for the whole competition, we will only change 3 players. And that's Andre Onana, Harry Maguire and Lucas Paqueta. And now I'm going to the reason for me liking Leandro Trossard and Declan Rice so extremely much. That's because Arsenal has some incredible fixtures. So you can run a full Arsenal stack. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Because just these fixtures are just incredible. I think Arsenal have the best fixtures in this competition time. We can just go fast through them. We have Brentford, Wolves, Luton, Aston Villa, Brighton, and then we have Liverpool, a tough fixture. West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, tough game against Liverpool, West Ham and Burnley. I think that is going to be the competition, and they maybe also have Sheffield United in that run of competition form. And yeah, that's just says itself. It's incredible fixtures, and I think Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard are going to be very important pieces, especially Trossard because of the injuries and etc. So you may want to keep by Martinelli as well to back up. I don't think Martinelli is injured, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's just go to the last game of Arsenal. And this, as well as I mentioned, I don't know too much about Arsenal, so here it's very important to do your own research. Yeah, Gabriel Martinelli got sent off injured, but Leandro Trossard, I'm sorry, is either way going to play as the striker, number 9, currently, when both, not Nketiah is injured, but I think he prioritized playing Trossard at the moment because of his incredible form. He also did very well for Belgium, which is nice. And also the thing with me wanting to move out Lucas Paqueta is that he has incredible fixtures, don't get me wrong, so you could just put him in here, like, it's nothing wrong with that, but I think I want to move him away. And there are of course some options. We have Rodri, which is just an incredible option, but I don't like that too much because he is very, very expensive. Sorry, I need to just there we go, and I need to take Trossard. I don't know why, but he got removed. Trossard here. Leandro Trossard, there we go. Rodri, he's very expensive. He has a very high L15, I mean, and I don't want to make teams that isn't like realistic for you guys to go out there and purchase the players. So I want to find budget alternatives. And yeah, a player that really, really sticks out to me is Scott McTominay. And the reason for me liking this option so much for the entire competition is because that he can get you those good scores even against very tough oppositions. For example, against Manchester City. He got a 56.9 pointer without any decisives. That's incredible. And Manchester United also conceded 3 goals. And it's pretty clear now that Ten Hag's trust Scott McTominay very highly. And like, this is also because I'm a Manchester United supporter and I believe in Scott McTominay, that he's going to keep putting up these decisives. He has been in an incredible run of form when it comes to that. And yeah, when Manchester United can get some players back, I still think Scott McTominay will be a very important part in that team. And also thinking of the budget here, you can spend more in the defense, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And looking at the low L15, we can upgrade Andre Onana and upgrade Harry Maguire. And when you think about defenders from the Premier League, I really like Joachim Andersen. I really like him. And I want to partner Joachim Andersen up with someone. So let's just search Crystal Palace. And now we can just look at the Crystal Palace team. Sam Johnstone is a very good goalkeeper. We will take him in a goal. 44 L15. And me personally believe that he is one of the better keepers in the Premier League in general. He's very good when I've watched him, and I am almost 100% sure that he is going to be play 95% of the upcoming matches in this competition. If you're not 100% sure that he's going to stay the #1 goalkeeper, you can of course buy the backup goalkeeper, but that's just if you want to be on the safe side. So we'll take him, and then because of that we will have enough to have Joachim Andersen in our team. And he has some insane scores in his locker. And yeah, the reason for me liking this competition throughout the whole tournament is because looking in more detail about these fixtures, we can see that Declan Rice, Leandro Trossard, Sam Johnston, Joachim Andersen have some extremely good fixtures, especially when it comes to their first 3 fixtures. Brentford away, Wolves at home, Luton away. 3 extremely good fixtures for Arsenal. Looking at Crystal Palace, Luton away, West Ham away, and Bournemouth at home, incredible. And then Crystal Palace has some very tough fixtures. But here you need to keep in mind that in this competition, if you have 5 starter players that get some good AA, you can afford to not do so well in some game weeks. Like, I think it's very important to prioritize some game weeks where you know that you have the best team. And for example here, when Crystal Palace has a very tough run in form, we have Scott McTominay, which then have some good run of form. So you have almost a player that has a good run of form in terms of fixtures. And the same with Arsenal. Arsenal has more consistently good fixtures than Crystal Palace. But just look at these fixtures: Luton, West Ham and Bournemouth. Just incredible stuff. And because of these players are on the budget, you can move them away when they have hard fixtures or swap them with other players. That's why I really like to rotate Sam Johnston with, for example, Areola, if you have the budget for that. And also we see here that Scott McTominay, after the Everton game, have Newcastle away and Chelsea at home. I think Chelsea at home is actually a pretty good fixture, but Newcastle away are very tough. You can, for example, pick up another player, like McTominay type player, that isn't worth too much, but for example have very, very good fixtures in that period of time. And here you need to be creative. But that's your job to do if you don't want to play Scott McTominay. Like, he's the weakness in these 5 players. But one of the reasons for me picking him is because he has a very low L15. He has a pretty high upside. He can get you those decisives. And yeah, in general, especially for the first 3 weeks, I think this team can do very well. And let's be realistic. If I would have done one change to this team to improve, it would probably be Eze. But the reason for me not picking him is because you need to probably change him for Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea. Like, they are very tough fixtures, so if you want to go for Eze, you need to keep in mind that I would, you don't have to, but I would, in 99% of the cases, switch him out before this run of form. Not run of form, but run of fixtures, I'm sorry. I know I said that a lot in this video, run of fixtures, So that's why I really like Scott McTominay here. But if you have 25 euros more to spend after purchasing these 5 players, buy Eze, play him in the first 3 game weeks, and then take Scott McTominay in for him when he has tough fixtures. And if you have more money after that, you can also upgrade Sam Johnston and Joachim Andersen, or change them in the tough game weeks. But yeah, the 2 players that is going to be sticking every single game week unless they gets injured is Leandro Trossard and Declan Rice. So yeah, I think this team looks incredible. In the first, as the starter team, when we had Onana, Maguire, in midfield we had Paqueta, and in attack we had Trossard and Declan Rice, I would probably captain Trossard in the first game week. And with this team throughout the whole competition, I would probably switch between Joachim Andersen, because he has some incredible scores, or Leandro Trossard, or maybe Declan Rice if they play a pretty tough opponent. Because if he gets a lot of interceptions and tackles, he is also an incredible SO5 scorer. So yeah, that's my 2 teams. Leave it in comments what do you think. Of course, I'm not going to be buying any of these players, or I may do it before. I may do it by them in limited, because I have actually the budget to do it at the moment. So yeah, and you never know, I may buy them. So yeah, what do you think? Should I buy the players? And yeah, this is just a video for you guys that doesn't know which players you are going to buy. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next one. Bye bye and take care. Peace.